Hey, Tim Holstead, singer songwriter. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know if I'm going to have any backing music on this at all. I'm just trying to post something, just trying to keep this going. It's been a really crazy stretch, and I thought today basically to do keep this going and to try and retain my own sanity. I wanted to just give a recap and a summary of what's gone on lately. Obviously, this has been a life work. I've been doing this pretty much all my life. Uh, 24, I finally got the first two albums out. Last year was the getting everything together that is the bridge that allows me to do this, do all the marketing, work with the video, sync audio with it, and all this stuff. Got that going. And, well, it's been an interesting journey to try and get this going, and then obviously mom passed away on January 2nd, and um, been obviously dealing with that, trying to get everything together, uh, and trying to keep everything going in the meantime. uh, there is a backup system in place now that I've got backups. There's a system called a NAS that's in this place now that has two redundant discs that everything backs up to, whether it's the music, whether it's this video, whether it's documents I want to save. It's all there. And then it's also got a replication in the cloud. So this is the industrial strength backup I've always wanted. So I will never have to do again what I had to do with the first album, which was basically rebuild it from scratch because the system it was on crashed and I couldn't save it and there wasn't a backup, and we've got all that done. The masters for the first two albums, they're something else that was backed up. I want to thank Max Kulik at K Labs Development to because he did this and he got it all set up. So to that end, I want to thank him. And well, we've got an upcoming show May 1st. Uh, there is a book club that I'm a part of, and they have invited me out to Shady Cove, Oregon, and I will be doing a 2 hour show. That's technically 2 hours, but when I was coming together with this, I had 3 hours of music, and I've cut it. I just can't cut it anymore. It's going to come to more like 2 hours and 10 minutes, but I don't think they'll mind. So that's going to happen. To that end, driving from the shores of Lake Michigan out to the Pacific coast is probably a bit much to ask a 202,000 mile vehicle. So I have traded mine in for something newer so I don't break down. And I've had that happen a few times and it's not fun. And I just want to make sure that this time we can get out there, do the job, do it well, and get back with no issues. So that's happened. It's all set. We've got the title and everything now. I've got a safe place to park it. Got all that handled. Um, yeah. So the biggest thing then is going to be that mom's celebration of life is happening a week from today as I record this on March 7th. And um, it'll be good to get that done. I've gotten permission from the owners of the property where she used to live to be able to scatter her ashes there. It was the place that she worked 52 years for. A farmhouse out in the country that was big enough, had a place on the property where she could keep her horses, and that was her dream. This is the last thing that I could do for her. And so that's something we're going to do. My daughter and I, for sure. And then, you know, that'll be done. And hopefully things will kind of settle down and it'll be a little easier to do these kinds of things after that. Although it'll never be the same, obviously. And I just wanted to kind of wrap this up with talking about what purpose is, what our why is, why it is so important. You have to find that thing that is the core of who you are. Even this crazy world we live in has enough sense to tell us that. What they don't tell us is that once we do find it, it's not optional anymore. We've got to do it. And we have to do it regardless of whether it works or it doesn't. You know, you can't give up on the core of yourself. You find that thing that's you, and you've got to do that. And so all this has happened. I've put all this time in over decades, and obviously I have to be honest and say the sales figures say nobody cares. The results aren't there. Nothing has come from it. And that is the way it is with music, with art. You spend all this time to develop your craft. You spend all this time to try and get the word out. You spend all this time just doing what you do. And maybe you may never reach the place where you can do that without interference from life, where you get enough capital that you can just focus on what you do and get as good as you can. Take that time to practice, to get better. Maybe it never happens. Maybe you never find that devoted following that lets you do that. And you know, I guess I'll put it this way: when it comes to your craft, when it comes to the core of who you are, it doesn't matter if nobody cares. You still have to do it. So I'm doing the best I can. The things that I've learned this past year about marketing. Okay, so we're gonna try and keep this going. Uh, keep doing the best I can with it. Uh, hopefully, after this week, things will settle down. I can get back again to recording that third album. But, you know, again, for now, the results aren't there. Still, after all this time. But it doesn't matter. When it comes to the core of who you are, it doesn't matter if nobody cares. And I want to say that in the sense that we're looking at numbers, we're looking at those kinds of things when I say that. I appreciate the people who take the time to listen, and I appreciate you for stopping by. Obviously, I hope that you see more value from this. I mean, the website is out there, timholstad.com. You can go visit that if you want to actually buy the albums. You can go there. It's a Shopify store basically, and you can go there. There's the posting. We've got the link out to the funnel now, so there's a free song there, and I'll keep expanding on that. But you just have to keep going. You just have to keep going. You have to keep building. You have to keep doing what you do. And there are going to be things, if you're serious about your craft, you're serious about getting it out there, you're going to learn other aspects that are around it, like this marketing stuff. And then once you know it, once you learn it, I should say, to know and not to do is not to know. You've got to follow through. So that's what this is. That's what I'm striving to do, to keep going. I want to believe that it will pan out, and hopefully soon, just because it's all pretty crazy, and you've got to just kind of keep going. Life stops for no one. The clock stops for no one. It doesn't care. You've still got to get up every morning, and you've still got to do what you got to do to keep going. Keep yourself housed and clothed and fed, and ideally make more progress toward that why that you have, to do you, to do the core of who you are. You've got to be you, you've got to do you, you've got to own you, and on we go. But This has probably gotten long enough to post at this point. Hopefully, I've actually said something. It's possible to talk much and say little. Hopefully, that has not happened here. But if you're going through a tough time, obviously, nothing in this life is permanent. The only way out of anything is just to go through it. At some point, it's going to end. It has to. Just by the laws of physics and the way we know everything to be. Nothing lasts forever. Not until we get biological immortality, anyway. But anyhow, I appreciate you. I appreciate that you would take an interest in this. I can assure you that what I write, that what I give, I want you to know. I want you to be able to feel that care has been taken, that I've put some of myself into this, that it's not just some flippant, throw something out to make some money. I don't think I could operate that way. If you're going to do something for somebody else, you've got to make sure you address what's in it for them and you go from there. But yeah, I should probably wrap this up. I'm looking forward to getting all that done next weekend and just closing this. So I trust that there will be more from this quarter and I'll be able to do more because I've attended to the things that I've had to, and we carry on. But that's the bottom line. Carry on. So I urge you to carry on and take care. Go for your dream. Do what you have to do so that you can get there. And if it's valuable, if it's creative, it's going to be good for other people. Anyhow, take care. See you in the next one.